Hello everyone, just Goran here and welcome back to another Planet Zoo real life inspiration video, and today we are going to be looking at the Alpine Ibex. So let's get started. The first zoo we'll be looking at today is Artis, or the Zoo of Amsterdam, and in Artis we have a lovely Ibex enclosure with this moated island that has a beautiful fake rock on there that the Ibex are able to climb on, and it's really cool to actually see how good climbers these animals are, because yes, they will actually go on top of this rock and go all over the place. You can walk around most of the enclosure and see it from many different angles, including this angle from which you can actually see a little stall. At least I think that's their stall, which is this cool little brick building, and it also looks like the rock itself is hollow. There's probably more indoor space for the animals inside. So yeah, really cool. Quite like this enclosure, but that is all we have to see here really. So let's move to the next zoo. And the next zoo is Dierenrijk, and this is probably one of my favorite enclosures. It's nice and large. It's got a nice natural hill, no overuse of faux rock or anything. But yeah, you've got this nice view up against the hill. You're looking up against these animals. Once again, we can see a moat in the front. I guess goats aren't as good swimmers as some other ungulates might be. But yeah, I just really like this enclosure. It's cool. It's naturalistic. It looks very large. I'm just repeating myself. I think it's time we say hi to the big, beautiful horned goat over here, and we move to the next zoo. And the next zoo is going to be the Caves of Hun. This is a wonderful wildlife park on top of a hill that has a big cave inside of it, so you can take tours of the cave and as well as take a walk around the wild park. And there is also a walk-through Alpine Ibex enclosure over here. So yeah, we just saw some statues of the Ibex. We also saw this beautiful building, which is actually a restaurant, kind of at the halfway point of the walking route. And here we've got a gate that will bring us into the Ibex enclosure. At least I think I didn't really see any Ibex other than all of the different statues. So we're just gonna have a walk around here, take in the scenery, take in the beautiful nature of this wildlife park, because it is absolutely phenomenal. I don't know when I'm going to get around to making a video of this place, because I do really want to make one, but a lot of it is just this, walking around, taking in the scenery. There aren't that many habitats. The habitats that are there are absolutely huge, and you walk all the way around them. So yeah, this will probably, if this ends up being a zoo tour, it will be a lot more cut up than my other zoo tours. It's probably just going to be, here's all the habitats, here's an impression of the surrounding area. But in that, speaking of which, here is the impression of the surrounding area. We've got this beautifully lush hillside with all these little plants growing up against it, and just look at that. That's so crazy. There is no zoo that I've been to that comes close to something like this. It's super cool, because it literally is just a bit of nature that's been sectioned off. Anyway, next up we have the Zoo Veldhoven, a small zoo in the Netherlands, and they have an Ibex enclosure. It is literally just a rectangular fenced off space with a small hill in the middle, and it has Ibex, and that's the Ibex enclosure. Yeah, yay. There really isn't much to say about that one, but hey, enclosures come in all shapes and sizes, and this is one of them. But look at that Ibex, super cool looking. So next up we have the last zoo already for the Alpine Ibex, but we are going to be looking at two other species. Two other habitats of a different species of Ibex as well. So let's go to the next zoo. This is the Parc Animalier de Bouillon. This is a zoo in the south of Belgium, which is a French-speaking area. So yeah, here we have an Ibex enclosure. It's actually quite simple as well. A lot of this zoo's enclosures are quite simple. It was a little bit low budget in some places for worse rather than better. But yeah, the Ibex enclosure is quite nice. And here also we have the zoo is on this hill, so there's a lot of elevation that you can play around with, which creates cool views like this, where you're looking up against the Ibex, just similar to Dierenrijk and also to the caves of Han in a way. But yeah, very simple enclosure for the Alpine Ibex over here, and there isn't much else to talk about really, other than, hey, well, look at the cute Ibex. So let's move to the next zoo, which is going to be, well, not the next zoo actually, it's going to be still Bouillon, because Bouillon also has the Siberian Ibex. So let's have a quick look at the Siberian Ibex enclosure of Bouillon right over here, and it's similar to the other one, it's just a part of the hill sectioned off for the animals. The only difference is that this habitat can also be viewed from the top as well as the bottom. So this is the top view, and now we are looking at the bottom view over here. And yeah, we got some Ibex, we got a hill, it looks pretty cool. This is honestly the better part of Bouillon. I hope I never have to show you the other part, but I do. We'll see it eventually. Anyway, moving on over here, we have the last zoo. This is Wuppertal. Wuppertal has another beautiful faux rock structure. I say beautiful, I'm not a huge fan of these faux rock structures, but for the Ibex at least it gives a really cool thing for them to climb on. And did you freaking see that shit? The Ibex just jumped across that gap like it was nothing. This is... my mind was blown. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's why these faux rock mountains are pretty cool. It looks like they even have indoor spaces on the top, which is kind of interesting. Like they have to climb that stuff to get around. So yeah, pretty cool enclosure. I mean, the rest is very simple. Stone tiled floor and other stuff. We can also look at it from the top as you go around, and you can see them all kind of chilling on that rock. And there's, oh hey, there's a keeper inside there. I didn't even notice that as I was preparing the footage. But that's gonna be it from this video today. Hope you got some Ibex inspiration, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!